So hey Force fam, it's your girl Marcy J, and today we're back with another video. If it's your first time on my channel, then welcome, and if it's not, then welcome back. So as you guys can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about how to become a makeup artist in 2023. So if this is something that you guys would be interested in, then make sure to continue watching. So my first personal tip in terms of wanting to become a makeup artist is to decide that you actually want to do it and to stick with it. If it's something that you want to go for, then just do it. So the second tip that I have is that you should get training. So for me personally, I went to cosmetology school, and that's what kind of heightened my willingness to want to become a makeup artist. And I'm pretty much self-taught, but I would say if you have no hands-on creative experience or any makeup application experience, that it would definitely be in your best advantage to take some type of class so that you can further educate yourself on multiple things such as skin types, skin shades, color correction, what works best for any particular client, and so forth. And just so that when you get out there and you actually do start taking clients, that you feel comfortable. So my third tip for becoming a makeup artist in 2023 is to practice. Practice makes perfect. I know that might sound cliche, but it's not. Practice definitely makes perfect. When I started out as an MUA back in 2020, I would gather my friends and I would look for inspired looks and I would practice until I felt comfortable enough to actually start taking clients. So it's definitely in your best advantage to make sure that you find models that you can practice on, because you don't want to have a paying client in your chair and you don't know what you're doing, or you're using them as a test dummy. So protect yourself in the long run and make sure that you utilize models. So if you don't have any friends that you can use, then you can definitely post advertisement on Instagram or other outlets such as Craigslist or anything of that nature. So now that you've practiced on models and you feel secure in your craft, my fourth tip would be to establish a business identity. So this includes coming up with a business name, a logo, the concept of your business, your slogan to your business, and so forth. You want when people see your logo or your brand, they can identify with you. So it's an interpersonal experience and it just makes you look a lot more professional. So you definitely want to establish a business identity. So my fifth tip would be to then now build your kit. So I know for me starting out, I used drugstore products because your girl was trying to save a coin. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with saving a pretty penny when you're first starting out. Like, you won't really get the rhythm and the flow of actually being a makeup artist until you actually are a makeup artist. So I wouldn't say jump straight out the gate and buy expensive products, especially if you don't have an established clientele base. So I would definitely just recommend drugstore and affordable products. It's really not about the products, in my opinion. Like, products do matter, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's more about mastering the technique. The technique is what leads to a flawless finish. So that should be your primary focus. So yeah, build your kit, girl. So now that you've built your kit, next step I'd say is to create a price list in terms of the prices and the services that you would actually want to offer. So I know when I first started out, I live in New York. So for me, I pretty much just went on Instagram and I just researched. So I would look up all the local makeup artists that lived in my area, and I would just kind of like marginalize my prices within their price range. So obviously when you first start out, you don't want to have like top expensive prices. You want to offer, you know, prices that are a little bit on the cheaper end, just so that you can use that to attract clientele. So that is definitely something that you will want to consider when creating your price list. You want to make sure that you shop around and see what others around you are charging, and you want to make sure that you charge a little underneath that. So if the girls in your area is charging $60, maybe you want to go down $10, $20, so that, you know, people could start rolling into you. And then from then on, as you start to build and as you start to grow, then you increase your prices. So the 7th tip that I have is to create a booking format. So I know a lot of times when, you know, any beauty service provider starts out, they typically don't do this step, but I'm all about professionalism. So I just feel like if you're going to have a startup business, you definitely need to make sure that you have a booking format in place. It can be through DMs. You can allow people to book you through DMs, but for me, I decided to take it up a notch, and I created a booking site straight out the gate because I'm big on professionalism and I want people to know that I am serious about my business. So I just feel like starting out, you should definitely consider getting some type of booking site. There's nothing wrong with DMs, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like people appreciate the value of a booking site being present because it just shows that, okay, she takes her business seriously. Everything is laid out in clear, plain view, so there isn't any confusion at the time of service. And it just makes it easier for you and it makes it easier for the customer. So my 8th tip is start promoting. Once you've established everything else, you have your kit ready, you created your name, your brand, you created your booking site, you feel comfortable in your craft. The next step is to get yourself out there and to get all eyes on you so you can promote on multiple platforms. You create a business Instagram, promote on Facebook, TikTok. You can create flyers, business cards, etc. Get your friends involved. Ask them to promote you on social media. They even have these new things now where you can create hang flyers. You can go in the neighborhood, hang your flyer on people's doorknobs, and I think that's a pretty dope idea. You can also create merch with your brand on it. So you can get a hoodie made with your brand on it, stating what you do, and so forth. You want to make sure that you're always marketing yourself. That's how you're going to get the engagement that you want. That's how you're going to grow your clientele. So my 9th tip is to just start. Once you've promoted yourself, I'm sure you're gonna have numerous clientele roaming through your doors. Make sure that you're not just utilizing Instagram to promote without actually having content. So you want to make sure that you have content to promote. So whatever face that you do, whatever model that you do, you definitely want to make sure that you capture those images of the work that you did and promote it on your social media and get started. So the last step to becoming a makeup artist in 2023 is the legal aspect of owning a business. I'm not gonna lie, straight out the gate, when I started my business, I wasn't really, checking for the LLC or checking for the EIN and, making sure that I registered my business because I wanted to make sure that I had a feel for it and that this was the right move for me. So I would say that would be something that I wouldn't necessarily suggest that anybody does straight out the gate because you don't know the outcome of whether you're gonna be pursuing it long term. If you're all in, then by all means, do what you gotta do. Get that LLC. And for those of you that don't know what an LLC is, it's a limited liability company. So it protects all your personal assets in case you get sued or anything of that nature. And the EIN is basically a social security number for your business. So it pretty much gives your business its own identity. And that officially concludes today's video on how to become a makeup artist in 2023. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video can be helpful to anybody out there who wants to become a makeup artist, or for anyone who knows someone who wants to become a makeup artist. And as always, it's always my pleasure. But before we leave, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that post notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Ciao!